Today, I'm going to be telling you exactly what I would do if I had to start from scratch with cryptocurrency right now and I had $1,000 to put in with the ultimate goal to make as much money as humanly possible. Just remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Let's get straight into today's video. So before we get into it, I just want to outline some facts. 90% will walk away without profit. All right, that's not an if, that's a fact. 90% will not make profit in cryptocurrency. 9% will walk away with decent profits from the current point in time and the amount that they put in, and 1% will become filthy rich this cycle. But I'm here to help you increase your odds. In fact, a lot of people in my community are set up for life. We've been making some excellent calls. Trust me, I'm here for you guys. We've had a few decent calls in the past, such as Delicium at our $17 million market cap, ZK Swap Finance at that juicy $580,000 market cap, and even Tectum. I mean, the $3 million market cap has inflated from the from that point in time, but we got some awesome buys in between $4 and $3. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is I'm not just going to shill random coins, and I'm not going to give you false information. I've set myself up, and now I want to set my community up for life, and we've been doing nothing but that. So this is how this video is going to work. I'm going to go through 3 different portfolio ideas, and for each individual category of the style of play I'm going to make in these portfolios, I'm going to give an example of a coin. Make sure you stick around because we have a brand new $20 million gaming gem. It's a low cap gem, and it probably will 50 to 100x. We will get into that very, very soon, but this will be one of our examples, so make sure you stick around for that. So let's jump into our first portfolio, but before we do that, I just want to address one thing. With $1,000 invested into crypto, if that's all you are going to invest, you are most likely, and I say most likely, like 99.99% most likely, are not going to come out with $1 million. You can still come out with $100,000 if you play the game right, but the idea of this video is to turn that $1,000 into as much money as humanly possible, and we're going to be aiming to exceed that $100,000 mark. If you want to make more money in crypto, you have to put more money in. It's the input to output ratio. So the first solution I'm going to be covering is 1K to 10K. I would go something like this: 30% in a safe play, 60% in a mid-risk play, and 10% in a high-risk play. But obviously, we want to make a little bit more than 10K for every $1,000 we put in. So we're going to jump into our 1K to $100,000 portfolio idea. But firstly, I just want to quickly define what a safe play, what a mid-risk play, and a high-risk play is. So essentially, a safe play fits most of the categories and components in the pyramid of success. This is the ultimate researching guide that I developed. You can access this, in the Discord server. Typically over a $50 million market cap, has a social media backing, and currently has hype. Is in some of our hot narratives, whether it's gaming, whether it's AI, whether it's scaling, those sorts of plays. And it's also a retail investor magnet. So a mid-risk play. What defines a mid-risk play? This is the low cap gem we are going to be covering in today's video. Lower cap, all right, $5 to $50 million in market cap. That is a rough guide. New projects, all right, I prefer something that is under 12 months old as it makes it look more new and more shiny. For example, Delicium. Ability to generate hype going forward. So we want to play the thought that this project is going to generate hype. We want to be where the money is going to be before it gets there. That's how we maximize our gains, and that's how I play cryptocurrency. Falls into one or multiple hot narratives, that's pretty stock standard, but also bear in mind, many of my mid-risk players have turned into safe plays since originally getting into them. In a high-risk play, these are the money makers. These build spare capital but can also eat your money. Basically like throwing money in the bin. So you have to be really confident when making these plays and have a good strategy. But essentially, they're very, very low cap. Like micro-cap gems, sub $5 million market cap plays. Less coverage on social media and no current hype, but has the potential to generate hype as we're going to be putting the money where we're expecting the hype to be. Solid exchange coverage or plans to increase this in the future, such as ZK Swap Finance at that early market cap, because ZK Swap Finance has turned into a mid-risk play and is essentially going to be a safe play in the very near future. And you need to analyze the utility that the project has, the hype potential, and analyze if retail are going to back the project. is it a potential retail magnet? So solution 2, our 1K to $50,000 to $100,000. That looks pretty appealing. Imagine putting $10,000 in using something like this strategy. This is something I used back in the early days, as essentially I only played with around 10% in safe plays. Now I'm talking about 10% in safe plays as this is portfolio insurance, so that everything goes wrong with every other coin you are holding, you will still come out with profit or at the bare minimum break even. This gives you confidence to make bigger plays, make riskier plays, but also back your decisions. So I'm going to be putting 70% in mid-risk plays and 20% in high-risk plays. We're going to go through an example of a safe play in just one moment, but this is probably the only way you can really turn $1,000 into 50 and 100K. So my go-to safe play for all my portfolio ideas is Tectum. This is definitely a 10x from the current point at the bare minimum. But if the narrative that BlackRock and these institutions are pushing, which is that crypto is going to be mass adopted and become the new digital store of value, really gets pushed to the new audience coming into crypto, Tectum is going to be going vertical because it really brings true utility to Bitcoin, to Ethereum, to the cryptocurrency space with their cryptocurrency cash-based project, the fastest blockchain in the world. And in fact, I believe it's tomorrow or the next day, I think it's the 13th of March, they are going to be using top quality hardware and aiming to break their 1.3 million transactions per second current record, which is currently a world record, and they're aiming to set a new world record, beating themselves. I mean, with average hardware, they were able to achieve 1.2 million transactions per second, which is just unheard of in the crypto space. Currently, I'll just move this over a little bit. There we go. Currently sitting at $172 million market cap with a solid amount of volume. Tectum is going to be very big. It is just coiling up for a massive move to the upside. And when this gets away, it's going to be too late. It will not be coming to $35 again. Guarantee this is going to be a massive project. Let's get back to our drawing board. So that is our 10% safe play. Tectum is going to be our insurance in this situation. But what are we going to use for our mid-risk play or our mid-risk plays? Now, this is where you want to be properly diversified. If you're wanting to roll over as much money as possible in the next coming months and this cycle, you want to be in some pumping narratives, which include gaming, which include AI, which include scaling, and which include the BRC20 ecosystem, or BRC20 scalers. But we're going to be sticking to a gaming gem because AI is going vertical at the moment, and the one thing you don't want to do is FOMO into those AI projects that are absolutely booming. You either want to find the new AI gems, the upcoming big dogs before they pump, or you can play a cryptocurrency gaming gem like this. So I'm just going to quickly cover QORPO World. I believe I've said that right. If I haven't, my apologies. But this gaming project is sitting at a $20 million market cap, only released just under a fortnight ago. Now, the technology going forward is going to be amazing. We've had the buy alert in the Patreon, and I'm expecting this to go parabolic very, very soon. It's an excellent gem. Let's jump into a brief summary of what they do. I will be covering a video on this in the coming week, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Like I said, I'm not going to go overboard with the analysis in this video. There will be one coming later this week, but it's essentially an upcoming major gaming project with a lot of funds designated to scaling and marketing the project. Now, they're going to be integrating their games with the Epic Games Store. They have a Battle Royale coming out, and the graphics look absolutely insane, and it will be competing with the quality of Shrapnel. I see this game and this project going forward to be a successful and high-yielding asset and high-yielding investment because it's in a highly pumping narrative. They have games out there ready to be played. They have development coming, and all in all, people are going to love it. I mean, overall, the website quality is amazing, and what they're offering is really clear to investors. Now, really, where do I see this going? I think this can definitely be a potential 100x play. Now, the tokenomics don't look the most attractive, but there is going to be a substantial amount of time where the coins are locked for not only the team, but the pre-sale purchases, and a lot of tokens, will be actually used for marketing the project as a strategic marketing plan. Now, going forward, I do think this will do exceptionally well. There will be a video on this later on in the week, but that is QORPO World. So before we get into an example of a high risk play, I'm going to go through my solution 3, which is my ultimate Moon Boy millionaire rough guide. So ultimately, achieving $1 million from a $1,000 investment is incredibly hard. In fact, it is probably near impossible. You're more likely to get struck by lightning than to actually achieve this. However, this has been done before. So how you need to tackle this is you need to essentially put yourself into risky plays. And when I say risky plays, I don't mean random meme coins that just launch or random degen plays. You need to attack plays that have potential to draw short-term success. Because what I like to use high-risk plays for is short-term capital building plays. But also, if you get something like a ZK swap finance, this can turn into a mid-risk play and a safe play very, very quickly. So those are worth holding onto. So with the mid-risk plays, like we said, those gaming, AI, and scaling plays are going to be exceptional this run, and AI and gaming are going to pump very, very hard. So some short-term high-risk plays would be something like meme coins, snagging early meme coins that are drawing quick hype. But longer-term plays that you can turn into mid-risk plays are plays such as Reactor Fusion. Now, we have covered this a few times on the channel. It is a ZK sync borrowing and lending protocol where you can essentially lend and borrow, different cryptocurrency assets at dirt cheap fees and extremely low gas fees. So these can turn into mid-risk plays very quickly and potentially safe plays in the long run. We originally picked up Reactor Fusion at around a $500,000 market cap. So as we can see, these can turn into quick profits, but I am going to be holding this for the run, so that is going to now turn into a mid-risk play. Now, if you think about it, that $500,000 market cap is a 100x when it reaches a $50 million market cap, and it's a lot easier for a project to go from a $500,000 market cap to a $50 million market cap because there's less money going in, compared to a project going from a $50 million market cap to a $5 billion market cap. Whether you use these plays as short-term capital and build up your mid-risk bags, and then use your mid-risk bags with the aim to turn them into safe plays, you can do this strategy, or you can continuously roll over profits, because I have included this down here. 2 10x plays is a lot easier to achieve than a 100x play, and completing 3 successful 10x plays on a $1,000 investment can ultimately return you a 1,000x return. This isn't easy, but this can result in $1 million in profit on that original investment. However, this is incredibly risky, and I would not recommend doing this with your full $1,000 investment. So to summarize this video, you do not have a lot of time, and you need to act quick because Bitcoin is about to run. All right, Bitcoin is going to go very, very high very, very soon. And shit is about to heat up very, very quickly, and I cannot, emphasize that. Even if we get a Bitcoin retrace, that's an excellent buying opportunity. I mean, we could get a dump going into the halving, but it's not going to be anything too dramatic. I mean, we could run here for the next month, and then around the halving, come retest that previous all-time high, and then bang, we're straight into the bull run. I mean, we're already in the bull run, sorry, straight into where crap gets really, really crazy, really, really quick. So you have time to act, but you have to do it now. My name is Zach. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to join that Patreon, the link is in the description. Same for the Discord server, same for my Twitter. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.